Everyone thought I was the perfect church girl, but I was faking it. I told people I got saved when I was 4. I lied, and that lie nearly destroyed me. I lost my friends, fell into depression, started hurting myself, and honestly, I didn't want to live anymore. But God didn't give up on me. He broke me down, just so He could build me back up.
Whether you're seeking true stories, real-life Christian testimonies, uplifting moments, or just a little bit of hope, you can find it here. This is Kingdom Chronicles. What happens when you've been pretending for so long that even you start to believe the lie? Well, today's testimony is from a girl who grew up in church. She looked like she had it all together, but inside she was falling apart. What she shares is raw, honest, and it's full of the kind of hope that only God can give. This is Trista's testimony.
I'm not sure why, but for some reason I told everyone that I got saved when I was 4 years old. But I knew that wasn't true. I just prayed the prayer because everyone expected me to. Over the years, there had been plenty of times when I wanted to get saved, but I was the good girl at church. I was afraid of what people would think if they knew that I hadn't really gotten saved then. On April 8th of 2015, I decided that I was done faking. An evangelist was preaching at a revival meeting at my church that week. I talked to my pastor, someone went through the gospel with me, and accepted Jesus into my life. For a few months, everything was great. I had a lot of friends. I was really involved with stuff at my church, but then I fell into depression and I lost all of my friends. My walk with God wasn't going very well at all, and I started cutting. This continued off and on until I went to a youth conference in October of 2016. I finally surrendered everything to God, or at least I thought I did. Again, everything was absolutely amazing for a few months. Then in February or March of 2017, my parents split and I just broke. I fell into depression and lost most of my friends again. I was suicidal, and I started cutting again. I only had 2 close friends, and they were amazing. My best friends helped me through everything. When I started opening up to them more, they realized that I was very stubborn, and that stubbornness was getting me in trouble with God. I mean, when it came to something hard, my first reaction would have been to give in, because fighting it was hard. But when it came to surrendering everything that had been happening to God, I'd do everything I could to fight it. I hated not having control of things. But that was getting me in trouble. 'Cause yeah, I'm human and I'm pretty stupid. But God just kept breaking me. He had to break me down to the point where I felt like nothing. When that happened, I finally decided that I was done fighting God. I couldn't do this on my own anymore. I surrendered every single thing to God. As much as I used to hate not having control, it feels so much more amazing to know that the Almighty God, the creator of the entire universe, is in full control of my life.
If stories like this resonate with you and you believe in honest, faith-centered conversations, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love for you to be a part of our growing community. Now, let's get back to the story.
Now I know without a doubt in my mind that no matter what happens, I don't need to worry, and that God has a perfect plan, even if it doesn't seem so perfect at the time. And if you asked me, I'd still tell you that this was the worst year of my life. But you know what else? It has been the absolute best year of my life. So much bad has happened, but my walk with God is so much stronger than it's ever been. I've learned to be more confident in myself, and that people and the things I've been going through don't define me. I've made some more amazing friends that have helped me along the way. I've been able to help people, and I know that with everything I've been through, it'll be easier for me to help other people. Most of all, I know that there will be days that are harder than others, and I'll want to give up. But I know now without a doubt in my mind that it'll be worth it. If I could change anything that happened, as much as it hurt, I wouldn't change one thing.
Trista's testimony is a moving journey from pretending to belong to fully surrendering to Christ. For years, she wore the mask of the good Christian girl, but in reality, she was terrified of being exposed. But God was patient. Through depression, heartbreak, and self-harm, and the collapse of her family, she discovered that healing doesn't come from controlling everything. It actually comes from giving it all to God. What looked like the worst year of her life actually turned out to be one of the best and most transformative years of her life, leading her to a place of peace, purpose, and a deeper relationship with God. Her story reminds us that surrender isn't weakness. It's actually where real strength begins.